neutrality. So I'm sure a lot of you, especially the younger generation, between, I'm not gonna, an age group doesn't really matter, but if you pay attention to like current things that are going on in the world, one of the bigger things right now is the issue with the FCC and net neutrality. And essentially, as of right now, what time is it? 6:50 on December 14th, 2017. The FCC has repealed net neutrality, so they have gotten rid of it. I'm gonna try to explain to you what that means, and I'm gonna draw out some stuff for you to hopefully give you a better understanding of what could happen and what probably will happen. So I just wanted to quickly read you guys an internet definition, and this comes from wikipedia.com. This essentially is the definition for net neutrality. So net neutrality is the principle that internet service providers must treat all data on the internet the same and not discriminate or charge differently by user, content, website, platform, application, type of attached equipment, or method of communication. For instance, under these principles, internet service providers are unable to intentionally block, slow down, or charge money for specific websites and online content. So essentially, what has been repealed, which means what internet service providers now have the power to do, is charge differently by user or content, website, platform, application, type of attached equipment, or method of communication. So if you need to access the internet in Spanish or in French or in whatever language, you're gonna pay extra for that if you're in the US. Or I shouldn't say you are, but most likely you'll be paying extra for that, as well as being charged specific fees to access specific websites. So one other example that I wanted to give, net neutrality example. I'm looking for a photo here, guys, and this is just to give me, let's see. This is like something that's just a mock-up, and the picture says in bold letters, this is the internet without network or net neutrality. And essentially it's like you pay certain packages to get certain websites. So for example, there's one package that you'll get like ESPN, you'll get CNN, you'll get Fox, so it's like news stuff. And then there's one where you'll get one like, you've got Google, you've got Yahoo, Gmail, iTunes, Napster, AIM.com. Then there's another one where you'll get Dig, YouTube, Flickr, Facebook, just stuff like that. Anyways, guys, essentially now that net neutrality has been repealed, it gives internet service providers the power to charge us, throttle us, on anything we use the internet for. So I mean, it kind of sucks, but I just hope that they don't go that route. I hope that they actually use this for what they say they're going to use it for. They said that they want net neutrality gone because it limits their cash flow and it holds them back from certain investments and things like that. But the flip side to that is it gives them the power to do all the stuff I just talked about. Block certain sites, slow down certain sites they don't want you using. So say for an example, you're paying AT&T for this, and let's just say for an example, AT&T doesn't like a certain political party. Well, they could slow down certain websites that favor one side or the other. But when we had net neutrality, they couldn't do that because there were laws in place saying they could not discriminate, they could not charge differently, they could not slow down based upon content. But now that it has been repealed, they have the power to do that. Like I said, they say that they're not, but big companies lie, and it's very, very likely that they will do things like this. So anyways, guys, I've got one more example I want to show you, and this is kind of like a little whiteboard drawing, and I actually got the idea from a video that I saw on YouTube, and it helped me understand it a bit more. So if you're watching this video and you're like, alright, well, I still don't really understand what this means, I don't understand the internet very well, I'm going to try my best to help you understand this. So hopefully this next clip will give you a better understanding of kind of how this works. So yeah, let's hop right into that, guys. Alright, what's up guys? So I'm back and I'm gonna give you guys kind of like a little bit of an illustration. Hopefully you can still see me. You should be able to. I've got my lens on like 20 millimeters, so I'm assuming you can see me. Anyways guys, I know you can see the board, so if you can't see me, it's not a big deal. So I'm just gonna kind of draw out. Alright, so essentially, and this was something else that I saw online, and I just thought it'd be cool to kind of relay it to you all as well. So essentially the net neutrality, the way it is now, imagine it like a highway. So we've got, you know, just a highway here. Just imagine the highway like that, okay? And just imagine you've got like this imaginary police officer. You know, he wears his little police officer hat or whatever. And anyways, so on the internet there are things called packets, and data is sent over the internet using packets. And let's just represent a packet as a square, or somewhat of a square. I'm just gonna draw it sloppily. So essentially, as your packets go across the internet, we're just using this as, you know, an example. So the police officer, pretty much, I'm gonna actually draw some extra roads going off here. So we've got, you know, a packet, highway going that way, it's a road, got some packets going that way, and we've got some packets going this way. So again, the packets are your data going across the internet, and we're using the road to illustrate that, and we're using the police officer to represent net neutrality. Now, the police officer, essentially, he'll look at every packet as it crosses the internet highway and approve it. Okay, you pay for internet or whatever they do. You know, okay, you're good. Go on your little route. Take the route you need to take. That's all. That's awesome. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. That's how it should always work. Now, the way getting rid of net neutrality changes this is that with no net neutrality, so I'm gonna redraw this just using a slightly different look. So you still have your highway, you still have your different roads. Let's just say this goes off into a bigger road. So you got dual lanes out there. I'm trying to get way too creative with this, but anyways, essentially with no net neutrality, let's say we've upgraded this to kind of like a highway checkpoint type deal. So we've got the highway checkpoint here, and as your packets come through, and they're going all over the place, you're going on Facebook, you're going on YouTube, you're going on MySpace, for those of you who still use MySpace, which is probably nobody. So as your packets come through, and this is with no net neutrality, this now, I'm going to put a star on this to represent kind of like the internet police or the no net neutrality police. So essentially what having no net neutrality will do is, when your packets cross the internet, so when you click something or when you type in a web address, you send packets across the internet, that kind of thing. And with no net neutrality, this new upgraded security, this new upgraded thing that is going to be allowed to, you know, discriminate and regulate how you use the internet, stuff like that. That's what having no net neutrality is. It's giving the internet service provider the okay to, they call it like discriminate, or, you know, block certain sites or throttle you on certain sites, or just completely do whatever they want, pretty much. So what this new security will do is every time you send a packet through, it's going to look at it, and it's going to look at it and say, okay, well, does this person pay for this service? Okay, go on your way, you're good. And then it'll ask, is this something we want to allow on our internet? And if it's no, then sorry, can't use it. Now, I hope this makes a little bit more sense. And essentially, what having no net neutrality means is that you, the user, is pretty much just gonna have a harder time than you already do. They're saying that they're not gonna do stuff like this, but sorry, someone just came to the door. I think it's my sister, and we've got somewhat of a guard dog, so he does that. But essentially, the internet service providers say they're not going to do stuff like this, but we all know those guys lie to us all the time. So it's better to just not give them the option to do something like this, because if they don't have the option to do it, then won't do it, but if they have the option, anyone can say they're not going to do something, but when it comes to big companies like that, and there's lots of money to be made, and they have the ability to do it, they're probably gonna do it. I mean, oh, we're not gonna do it. Yeah, right, come on guys, who are you fooling? So, anyways guys, I hope I was able to make a bit more sense of the concept here, and if you can't tell from the video, I'm obviously all for net neutrality. I don't want it to go away. I want us to keep it. I want to be free on the internet, free to do what I want. So anyways guys, with that being said, hope I cleared some stuff up. If I did, leave a like down below. Have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave those down below in the comments section. As always guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Trying to get to 50 subscribers before the end of 2017. Share this video. Help me out with that. I thank you all so much for watching. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.